Good evening, Niners fans, and we've got a lot to talk about. The San Francisco 49ers have quietly made some major changes behind the scenes, and now we're seeing those moves pay off in a big way. From the locker room to the sidelines, from play calling to player performance, this team looks refreshed, focused, and ready to make another strong push toward the postseason. Let's break it all down. A new offensive spark. When the 49ers hit that midseason slump earlier this year, head coach Kyle Shanahan took a hard look at his offense. The rhythm wasn't quite there, defenses were catching on to their tendencies, and Brock Purdy was getting hit way too often. So what did Shanahan do? He went back to what made this team great: creativity, movement, and unpredictability. The first major change came in the form of pre-snap motion. You've probably noticed it. More shifting, more jet sweeps, and a whole lot of misdirection. It's vintage Shanahan football. Defenses can't get comfortable anymore because every play looks the same, until it's not. And let's talk about Brock Purdy for a second. The young quarterback went through a tough stretch, but the coaching staff simplified things for him. More quick passes, more play action, and more rhythm throws. Since then, Purdy looks like his old self again, confident, decisive, and in full command of the offense. When you combine that with what Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk are doing, this offense is firing on all cylinders. The timing, the spacing, and the execution, everything just feels cleaner. The run game is back. If there's one thing the 49ers hang their hat on, it's the run game. And for a few weeks, that part of their identity seemed to fade. But recently, San Francisco has gone back to its roots: physical, run-first football. McCaffrey continues to be the engine that drives this offense, but Shanahan is also mixing in Elijah Mitchell and Deebo Samuel on creative run plays to keep defenses honest. You can see defenders hesitate now because they don't know what's coming next. Is it a sweep, a screen, or a straight-up power run? And the offensive line deserves some serious credit here. They struggled early on, especially in pass protection, but they've tightened things up. The communication is better, the blocking schemes are simpler, and you can see the confidence returning. When the 49ers control the ground game, everything else opens up. Play-action passes, deep shots, and those perfectly timed Shanahan trick plays that drive opponents crazy. The defense has transformed. Now let's flip it over to the defense, because this is where things really get interesting. Remember when people were questioning whether Steve Wilks was the right fit as defensive coordinator? Well, those questions have been answered. After moving from the press box to the sideline, Wilks has developed a better connection with his players, and it's showing on the field. The pass rush, led by Nick Bosa, looks terrifying again. Wilks started using more creative blitz packages, moving Bosa around and bringing pressure from different angles. That's allowed other players like Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead to make an impact too. The linebackers, Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, have been outstanding. They're flying around, making open field tackles, and setting the tone for the entire defense. When those two are locked in, the whole unit plays with swagger. But the biggest improvement might be in the secondary. Earlier this year, big plays were killing the 49ers. Now we're seeing tighter coverage, better communication, and a whole lot more discipline. Charvarius Ward continues to play at a Pro Bowl level, and younger guys like Diamador Lenore and Jair Brown are really starting to step up. Leadership has reignited the locker room. One of the most underrated changes hasn't been about schemes or playbooks, it's about leadership. After their rough stretch, key veterans stepped up. Fred Warner, George Kittle, and Deebo Samuel reportedly gathered the team and reminded everyone what 49er football really means. Players talked about accountability, about playing for each other, and about raising their energy level. And honestly, you can see the difference. The sideline looks alive again. There's passion, there's unity, and most importantly, there's belief. Kyle Shanahan deserves some credit here too. He didn't panic when things went wrong. He adjusted, communicated, and trusted his players. That steady leadership has helped keep the locker room together, and that's a big reason why this team is trending back upward. Getting healthy at the right time. It also helps that the 49ers are finally getting healthy. Both Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams have returned from injuries, and that's been a game changer. Deebo brings a physicality and energy that no one else replicates. He's not just a wide receiver, he's a spark plug. Defenses have to account for him on every play, and that creates opportunities for Ayuk and Kittle to get open. As for Trent Williams, when he's on the field, the entire offensive line plays with more confidence. He's the anchor, the leader, and the enforcer up front. Having him back has made Purdy's life a lot easier. And let's not forget the defense. With everyone healthy, the rotations are smoother, the substitutions make sense, and players are staying fresh late in games. Unsung heroes making a difference. While the stars are doing their thing, a few unsung heroes deserve a shout-out too. Jawan Jennings has been clutch on third downs. He's become Purdy's go-to guy when the team needs a big conversion. Ray McCloud continues to provide spark on special teams, and Elijah Mitchell has been reliable in spot duty. Defensively, guys like Clelin Ferrell and Javon Kinlaw have stepped up in rotational roles. It's the kind of depth you need if you're going to make a long postseason run. That's been the beauty of this 49ers roster. It's not just about the stars. It's about the next man up, everyone doing their job and trusting the system. The results speak for themselves. All of these adjustments, from strategy tweaks to leadership changes, are showing up where it matters most, on the scoreboard. The 49ers are playing cleaner football, committing fewer penalties, and dominating time of possession again. The offense looks efficient and dangerous. The defense looks disciplined and nasty. And perhaps most importantly, the team looks confident again. When you watch them now, you see a group that's enjoying football again, smiling, celebrating, and playing with the swagger that had everyone calling them the most complete team in the NFL earlier this year. What this means moving forward. Looking ahead, this version of the 49ers feels like the one everyone expected at the start of the season: balanced, physical, and playoff ready. The NFC race is tight, but with the way this team is trending, there's no doubt they're right back in the conversation for that top seed. Shanahan has the offense humming, Steve Wilks has the defense clicking, and the players have completely bought in. If they keep playing like this, there's a real chance we could see San Francisco make another deep playoff run, and maybe even another shot at the Super Bowl. Final thoughts. When you take a step back and look at the big picture, it's pretty clear the 49ers made the right changes at the right time. They didn't panic. They adjusted. They trusted their system and their players, and it's paying off. Right now, this team looks dangerous again. The offense has rhythm, the defense has bite, and the locker room has its energy back. You can feel it. Something special is building in San Francisco. So if you're a 49ers fan, you've got every reason to be excited. Because the team that looked a little lost a few weeks ago, they've found themselves again, and they're looking like legitimate contenders. Reporting from Santa Clara, the 49ers are back in business, and the rest of the NFL better take notice.